How's everybody doing today? It is January 7th, 2021, about 1 o'clock here in Michigan. And I'm going to do a short, quick video here because this just happened about 35 minutes ago. It says the Michigan State Capitol building evacuated after bomb threat. Well, I have a feeling that we're going to start seeing more and more of these types of events. I believe that they're going to need to continue to divide us, okay? They're going to continue to push these types of events and these types of situations so that they can continue to keep us completely divided, okay, in the United States. And this is happening everywhere. You know, you're seeing these types of things happen throughout the entire world. This is not just the United States. This story happens to be my home state, which we have had just some crazy stuff happen at, just in the state of Michigan. Our governor, we'll just leave it that I don't support her. But here, let's read a little bit of this, okay? It says, the Michigan State Capitol was evacuated for 2 hours Thursday morning due to a bomb threat. It says a man called the Capitol Control Center and made the threat shortly before 7 a.m. The Detroit Free Press reported. It said police said the building was safe at approximately 9 a.m. and allowed lawmakers and staff to return. Says Michigan State Capitol building has been closed to the public because of the CV pandemic and the legislature is not in session. It says every effort will be made to identify the person who made this threat and prosecute them to the fullest extent of the law, the Michigan State Police said in a statement. It says Democratic State Senator Curtis Hurdle called for guns to be banned in the Capitol after the bomb threat, citing a protest in April when people walked into the Capitol with guns to protest Michigan's CV lockdowns, according to the newspaper. And yeah, I covered that when that happened too. That was just such a perfectly staged, situation, whether they did it completely, on purpose, or if they just allowed it to happen the way that it did. But the way that it was covered was perfect for them. Once again, they give you the rope and people are running out there and hanging themselves with it. You cannot do this. All you're doing when you're running and doing these types of things is playing right into their hand. And the more that you do that, the more that you're going to have to pay for it and have to fight back even harder because of what has happened, okay? They're showing right here all, people talking about all of the, chaos that happened yesterday and, look at a pro-Trump, now they've called it the mob, they've called them thugs, they've called them everything, and I'm not saying I support this or I don't support this. I think it was very, very stupid, honestly, and it doesn't matter who you support, because right here, look at this, entire D.C. National Guard has been activated. That's why this was stupid. We've been talking about this, right? We know the National Guard is in place everywhere, and we also know that they are just praying that you will do these types of things. The more that you do this type of stuff and you freak out and you go and do this, the easier it is for them to say, look, we don't have a choice. We have to bring in full military, control, which is obviously, martial law to the fullest extent, because if people don't realize you're living under a partial martial law right now and they're taking away your rights and you just, they have people all believing that, everything's still normal, It says, without consequences, this will keep happening. This is why it's so egregious that so many involved in yesterday's events were simply escorted out of the U.S. Capitol and sent home. Yeah. See, they want them arrested for it. See, this is the whole thing. See, so without consequences, this is going to happen. Well, that's what I'm talking about. The consequences will be more of your rights taken away. It won't just be to people that do this. It will be a broad brush. They will paint it very broadly, and it won't just hit the people that are going to the Capitol building. It's going to hit people like you and I. Because you know what they also said here? I heard yesterday on the radio, they said that they were saying who was there fighting, who were the rioters and the protesters. One of the things they said was conspiracy theorist. Yeah, so they're lumping everybody in to these, these groups, and they're also, they also called us, the terrorist. Okay, I don't know if I should have said that; it might mess it up, but they called us that. Okay, and that's what you have to realize is they're just going to continue to blur the lines and lump huge sums of people in. Somebody just like me doing a YouTube channel, if I cover it, cover the story the wrong way, they can then lump me in with the people that just stormed the Capitol building. Do you understand? I hope you understand what I'm getting at. You have to realize that these set precedents. That's the thing, okay? They're always setting precedents with these events, all right? Look at it. It says state capitals across the United States came under siege on Wednesday, with supporters of President Trump gathering outside to protest the presidential election results and, in some cases, trying to break into the buildings. It says approximately 300 people gathered outside Michigan State Capitol on Wednesday as well. It says rioters broke into the U.S. Capitol in Washington, D.C. as Congress was meeting to certify the results of the election. 4 people died amid the violence. Congress later affirmed President-elect Joe Biden's win after the Capitol was secured. So it did nothing, right? From what I heard, it actually just backfired because they were going to do a bunch of objections to Arizona's electoral college votes. Okay, there was a bunch of senators that were going to get up there and object to it. But due to this happening, they didn't. They all pretty much just said, nope, we're done. Let's just get this done. We got to get it done and over with. And they just went ahead and did it. So truly, it just backfired. And actually, just until just now, I did not know that it was 4 people, okay? I knew that it was 1 person, and here I have that right here. This is the lady that died. It says, Trump supporting Air Force vet killed by cops at the Capitol. See, now this is going to be huge. These things, you've already seen it on the other side. You've seen it non-stop, right? All the black people that are getting killed by the white cops, right? And that's their whole goal, is to pin us against each other. Black against white, Republican, Democrat, mask, anti-mask, vaxxer, anti-vaxxer. You get my point, right? You catch the drift, right? That they're doing all they can to divide us. This is what this is right here as well going to be used for. Now, I'm not saying this was staged. I'm not saying any of that. I don't know. I have no idea what they're possible of doing, what they could do, but all I know is that this will be used, okay? It says a female U.S. Air Force veteran from San Diego was yesterday shot and killed by police when storming the Capitol with Donald Trump's, look at this, riotous brigades. See, so they have to make it, let you know that they're thugs, they're mobs, that they were coming in and doing this, It says Ashley Babbitt, 35, was shot in the chest by an officer after chaos was unleashed when thousands of the president's supporters breached the security perimeter of the Capitol. She died several hours later. It says, Babbitt's husband confirmed her identity to San Diego News. He said that she was a 14-year veteran who served 4 tours with the Air Force and was a high-level security official. This part stood out to me. Now, I don't know why it stood out to me, but it just seemed very odd that she died, and I don't know. You know what I mean? A 14-year vet and her being a high-level security official, what? It just stood out. I don't know. I don't know why. Her husband said Babbitt was a fervent supporter of Trump and a great patriot to all that knew her. It says it remains unclear who shot Babbitt as the Metropolitan Police Department in D.C. conducts an investigation into her death. It says 2 witnesses to the shooting spoke to CNN's Anderson Cooper. See? Don't you love it? Look at, he spoke to Anderson Cooper. Yep, there you go. There's your perfect, got to put the show on, right? You have to put this all in mainstream. Say, look at this. Look, it says, suggested that Babbitt may have been shot by a police officer when she tried to climb through a broken window into an area that officers were blocking off. Okay, so if that's true, she's climbing through a window and you shoot her? I mean, is that really I understand that. I don't know. I really don't know. I just don't see that would be the threat that they would need. Why would they need to use deadly force there? They don't have lethal, you know what I mean? It just doesn't seem right at all to me. One of the witnesses, John Sullivan, recorded a video of the aftermath showing police with guns drawn and Babbitt lying in a pool of blood in a stairway inside the Capitol. This was the part right here that makes me feel like, I'm not saying it's staged. I'm saying they're going to use this dramatically, okay? This lady just died, and you think that obviously people are going to be very, very upset about this, right? Her family, all the supporters, anybody that was there with her, all of her friends, you understand what I'm getting at. And when they say it like this, they had guns drawn on her, and she was lying in a pool of blood, that is going to do what? Incite so much anger and rage and hate, right? So that's what they want. They want that. They want you now to go out and even do more stuff. They want you to go and now riot because of this, all right? It says Sullivan is the founder of a left-wing activist group, Insurgents USA. He said he was not at the Capitol as part of the protest, but did not specify what exactly brought him there. So this guy, okay, so he's the founder of this thing, but he doesn't know exactly what brought him there. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Oh, he just happened to be in this position. He happened to record this, and he happened to then be on an interview with Anderson Cooper. Get out of here. It says, describing the moments leading up to the shooting, Sullivan said the protesters were trying to get into the main entrance of the chamber when they came upon 2 guards who refused to move. The group then went down another hallway and used flagpoles and other items to break windows to get into the chamber before a group of police emerged. All we see is these guns coming out of the doorways. Look at this. Just guns, and all you can see is their hands. You could not see faces. Right when I saw that, I was yelling to people, guys, there's guns. You don't want to go through there. They're going to shoot. Babbitt ignored Sullivan's plea and went ahead anyways, he said. The second she climbed through the window, she got shot right in the neck area and fell backwards. I'm sorry, but this does not, there's something wrong with this story. There's something wrong with this. It says, he goes on, he says, I just remember like the sense of shock and sorrow, and somebody just died and did not need to die because she didn't have a weapon and she was not violent. See, this is it, everyone. These are going to continue to happen. They are dividing us. They're wanting these, they're egging you on. They're egging these people on with this story right here, okay? You know, look at, Anderson Cooper asked, just to be clear, was it a police officer who shot her? Sullivan replied, I don't know if it was police or private security guard. I assume it was police, of everything that we have met up to that point. He said the area the protesters were trying to get into was completely blocked off with chairs and tables barricading the doors. Sullivan also described trying to de-escalate the situation by speaking to police officers before the shooting took place. Are you kidding me? If anybody falls for this story right here, I'm sorry, but you cannot see anything. You are completely asleep because this guy, remember, he didn't even know why he ended up there, right? This Sullivan guy, he's the leader of that activist group, but he had no idea what even led him up to being at the Capitol. Then now look at, he's doing all this. He tried to warn her, told her not to do it. Oh, guess what? He also tried to de-escalate the situation, to speak to the cops before the shooting took place. How did he speak to the cops before the shooting took place? Didn't he say that when they went in, all you could see was guns? And how did he do this, right? This is ridiculous, people. Ridiculous story right here. By no means am I there on Trump's side or the MAGA side, but I don't want to see people get hurt unnecessarily, especially when there should be a better way to go about it. I remember just coming up and seeing one of the officers crying and saying they wanted to go home to their kids. Meanwhile, the protesters were yelling, "Let us in here. We are not trying to hurt you." What? Multiple officers were reported injured during the violence that took over the Capitol grounds on Wednesday afternoon and continued well into the night. We're going to stop there because this is just so ridiculous that, these are just these stories. You have to understand how they're going to use them, twist them, and it's not going to stop, okay? So, and now they're saying that 4 people died, so that's her and 3 other people. I'll look into some more of that to see who they were, and I'll be doing another video later tonight, maybe 2. I'm going to try to at least get out 2 videos today, and maybe we'll get out even 3. We're going to do all we can to get this information out there, but when we have bomb threats going on like this, and we have stuff happening like this, people, you have to stop this. This isn't helping us. You got to get together with people. You got to understand that this is so much bigger than just the United States, than just, what's going on right here. This is happening worldwide, and it is a very, very deep and desperate situation. So you need to plan with your family and get ready, okay? I just want to tell everybody thank you for the comments that you left on the video I just posted this morning. Trying to help me, navigate through the censorship, and everything that's going on here so that I can continue to make these videos for you and not lose this channel and my backup channel and so on and so forth. So I'm going to do everything that, the people are trying to help me and let me know to do. So thank you on that. Everybody continue to pray against this. We need to now more than ever pray. Prayer is so powerful, and there is so much going on right now, and I'm telling you, your prayers mean so much to, whatever you're praying for or whoever you're praying for. And you just need to continue to stick with it. Don't give up. Don't lose faith now, okay? I know times are hard. Trust me, I am going through it right now very hard. There is a lot going on with me, but I know, I know that this is just part of it, and I know that, it always, there's always a reason. God has a plan. Okay, and I was in my Bible last night, and I was reading Timothy chapter 2, and in the verse 3 it says, Thou therefore endure hardness and pain as a good soldier of Jesus Christ, okay? Which tells me right there that there's a reason that I'm going through what I'm going through with this hardness and this pain and what I'm going through. You know, to be a good soldier, one must endure hard times. That's what was spoke to me last night. And if you're going through it, I hope that you can understand that as well. And please, please, just know, God will never give you more than you can handle, okay? Pray to Him, ask Him, talk to Him, and I promise He will listen. Everybody stay safe, stay strong. No fear, no panic. We're in this together. We'll talk to you soon. God bless.